If you're starting to work on your culture, I'm quite sure you won't run out of ideas. In fact, your problem is probably you have too many ideas and you're not sure which one to execute at what point. So today, I'm here to share with you a sequence of events that's going to ensure your culture gets you the buy-in that you want. My name is Janet Lee. I'm a culture consultant and I've been helping clients build a strong, positive, high-performance culture for over the past 10 years. And during this time, we have developed what we call a blueprint for building business culture. We call this the 3BC. The key to its success, the reason why the 3BC is successful is because it is a very carefully designed sequence of events. And the success factor is in the sequence in which you roll out the various components that ensures you actually get the buy-in. Now, I'm going to explain further. The first stage is where we call this the conception. It is a conception because it is at this point that you would conceive what is the purpose of the company, what is the vision, what are the values that you want to operate by. And all this should be defined, captured into a culture manifesto that then serves as the DNA of what your culture is going to be. So the conception phase, I think, is quite clear-cut. Most people are familiar with it already. But the next stage is the one that's very important, and it is also often overlooked. Sorry, dropped my marker. The second stage is similar to a real-life baby. After conception, what happens is the all-crucial stage of gestation. Gestation is necessary because the fetus needs to develop and grow in the womb, a safe, protected space, and become strong enough so that when it is born into the real world, it is ready to thrive. Same thing with your culture. If you launch it prematurely, it's going to be subjected to a whole lot of question and judgment, and that's when it may break apart. So what happens in the gestation stage is where the leadership team needs to get themselves ready for the launch. Because if you were to say that, okay, this is our culture and ta-da, you launch it, but your leaders are not walking the talk, then everything is just going to fall apart. The moment it is launched, you are subjecting your leaders to scrutiny and judgment. Everyone's going to look at your leaders and say that, Alan, he's not walking the talk, why should I? So your leaders need to be shining role models, larger than life role models of the culture. So the gestation period is where you build them up, either via coaching or via self-reflection, or form a way that your leaders can support each other so that they can rise up, they can grow themselves and become ready. What is also useful at the gestation period is that you start looking at your operations and you pick just one or two things that you want to work on so that when you launch, people can see that, there's some very tangible evidence of change. It's not just all talk, but you're really willing to put your money where the mouth is and make changes to the environment. Once you have done that, you will be ready for the third part, which is the birth. The birth is when you would do your culture cascades, and in the culture cascade, you want to announce your vision, mission, values in a way that is so real and compelling that you can win people's hearts as well as their heads. And the most effective way to do that is that the CEO will speak about it, but you also invite your leadership team to speak about one aspect of it. Maybe each one can speak about one value. This is so important because they are the bridge between the CEO and the rest of the people. And if you can cascade it down to invite the HODs to also say something, that's going to be very meaningful too. Because the people may see the CEO as an emperor from afar, but they would see their HOD on almost an everyday basis. So they can relate better to the HOD. And when they see that the HODs are echoing the same message as the CEO, that's going to convince them that, oh man, this is for real, this is actually happening. And then you present the evidence of change what you have done in the gestation period, the 1 or 2 changes that you've made to the operations, then people will get it that, okay, this is for real, I better get on board. Once you have done that, the final stage of the blueprint, it's very similar to life. Once your child is born, does the job end? No way. It is the beginning of a lifetime of nurturing the baby. So same thing with your culture. After birth, it will be a lifetime of growth. And in this lifetime of growth, you want to start building a complete ecosystem that can sustain the culture that you have created. All this will get you momentum. But in order to sustain the momentum, you need to take a look at policies, rituals, SOPs, processes from department to department. You also want to look at things like your recruitment, your onboarding, even the way people are reprimanded, or the way appraisals are done, or the way people are terminated. All that keeps your culture alive. And if you were to follow this sequence, here you get a clear idea what it is. Here you prepare your leadership team for the launch. You prepare your environment for the launch. Here at the cascade, you win both head and heart. You present evidence of change so people know that this is really happening. And then growth, create that ecosystem. With these 4 steps, this is what we have seen. These 4 steps in this sequence is what makes culture change very successful for all sorts of companies, regardless of what industry you're in, regardless of how big or how small your company is. So with that, I'm Janet Lee, wrapping up, and I just want to say all the best in turning your workplaces into joy places.